Then we get to Justin from Katie's season, and he gets the first date card. He asks Lexi. And I enjoyed the conversation that they like had where he was kind of like scoping her out to make sure he wanted to take her on the date, and they were like talking about the pressure that they felt just like dating in your 30s, which I think is like very real. I've noticed that amongst my friends who like are still looking for relationships or still looking for partners. I feel like having a partner in this society, in American society, is definitely a form of social currency. And I feel like in your early 20s, it's like everyone is kind of like going through the same things. Like everyone's probably dating for the first time, going through like bad breakups, dealing with toxic relationships, and like everyone's just like having a good time. There's not a lot of pressure. And then I feel like once you hit like 25, 26, 27, people start dating with like a little bit more intention. And then you start getting a flurry of like wedding invitations. And so it really becomes clear like who's in a relationship and like who's not. And that can be really jarring. That can be really awkward to like be on one side or the other of. And so I appreciate that they brought that conversation to national television and just like normalized the like, hey, 30 is not old, first of all, and that it's perfectly normal to still be figuring things out. And I think another reason for that, from like a sociology perspective, when people, I guess, like, okay, going back to like the 1900s, when people first started to have like agency to marry for love and things like that, and could make their own decisions more so about who they wanted to be in a relationship with, I think a lot of times people felt like they wanted to have a partner to start their life with. So like people would like graduate high school and get married, or graduate college, or not graduate at all, but they would get married in their early to mid 20s because they felt like they needed someone to start building with, to start buying that home and starting that family and just like really get their adult foundation. They wanted a partner to do that with. Whereas nowadays there's a shift to where people are wanting to be established before getting into that like life-defining serious relationship. So a lot of times people want to be graduated from college, maybe want to even have their secondary degree. They want to have that house, or like at least be financially stable enough to enjoy a serious relationship to its fullest potential. No one wants to be like going on picnic dates all the time and doing broke activities every single day. Like you want to be able to take your partner out to dinner and buy them nice gifts for anniversaries and things of that nature. So I think there's been a shift of like people are no longer looking to a relationship as a foundation to start adulthood with. And they're more so looking to have that foundation, start that foundation themselves. And then once they feel stable and solidified, then they're looking to get into that serious relationship. But I feel like the narrative around like pressures of when it's socially expected to be in a relationship have not caught up with that trend. Even though the reality is showing that people are getting into relationships or serious relationships later, society has not caught up with that. And it's still kind of like, well, why are you not in a serious relationship in your 30s? I really enjoyed that Justin and Lexi had that conversation.